technology plays a massive role in our lives these days. And it's sort of exploded over the last 5 or 10 years with the introduction of social media to a point where we're never truly disconnected now. And I know for me, I use it for my business, and I use it to keep in touch with my family and friends who are on the other side of the world. And without it, yeah, I'd be a bit lost. But I think we've lost touch of how we balance that in our lives, and allowed technology to sort of take over our lives a little bit. And we're seeing the impacts of that in increases in stress, anxiety, depression. You know, our minds are already so busy and we're on the go so much that the increase in technology and being fixated to our phones or our laptops is sort of fueling that. And we're seeing now that technology detoxes are on trend, and a lot of the big corporates are talking about, you know, internet Sabbaths and taking some time out, encouraging people to turn their work devices off on a Friday night and leave them till the Monday. You know, I think we do live in a world now, particularly corporately, where we are truly never out of the office because technology connects us 24/7, in the same way that we're never truly away from our friends, or we're never truly away from the world. You know, at the touch of a button, everything is there for us. But as a result, we are finding that is our connection 24/7. That is what we're doing. And our lives are already so busy. We are fueled by this need to be busy, to be successful, to prove our worth. And obviously by doing that, we've removed all the pauses from our lives. And it's almost as if you know, it's not effective to take a break and relax, because we need to be maximizing every second of every day. When I think the science is now showing that the reverse is true, that in fact by taking those breaks and taking those pauses, it actually makes us more effective in the long run. And that is where the technology detoxes come in. It's about taking time out from your devices, disconnecting to reconnect to yourself. And it's something I've been doing for a while. And when I used to say to people that I'd be going on retreat for a week and I wouldn't be taking my phone and laptop and therefore wouldn't be contactable, they would look at me and sort of as if to say, well, what will you do? And the answer is that what I do is all the things I don't have time to do when I am glued to my phone or my laptop. And that is, I take a walk in nature, I read a book, I sit in the sun, I appreciate the stillness and the peace that it brings. But it's not just the break that my mind gets, and obviously myself, for my health. I also find that then when I return from this break from technology, I'm so much sharper, so much clearer, so much more focused. But I can solve problems more easily. I become more productive, and I think that's why it's on trend at the moment. You know, it is a way of keeping us productive in an already overproductive world, I guess. But it's something that I'm a big fan of. I think it's all about balance, and disconnecting from technology allows us the opportunity to have that balance. Yes, it has a critical part in our lives. It is fundamental to many of us and what we do. But it's also something that we can overuse, and I think that's where we're at the moment. And it's not just about the impacts that has on our mind and our health, but also we think of the physical health. You know, by virtue of being sat at a computer more often, we're getting outside less, we're doing less exercise. And science is now saying that sitting is the new smoking. You know, we are sitting far too much, it's damaging our health, and we are leading more sedentary lives. So disconnecting from technology doesn't just give us a break in terms of downtime and de-stressing. It also gives us the opportunity to do other things, like getting outside, connecting with nature, taking a walk, getting some exercise, or maybe even talking to the people around us. You know, how often do you get on a train or a bus and everybody is buried in a phone doing something? I think we used to talk to each other before we had technology. I'm not quite sure. I think that's how it used to work. But there are so many other things that we could be doing. So I'm encouraging you to give it a go. You don't have to go on a retreat. It can be as simple as switching the TV off one night a week, or switching off your work phone on a Friday, not looking at it again till Monday. Or maybe having an internet Sabbath, you know, a day where you don't do social media, and you'll find that it frees up so much other time in your life to do other stuff. And the ironic thing is, I found that when I've done retreats and technology detoxes, sometimes for 3 weeks, I'll switch on my phone and internet and everything when I'm done, and nothing's changed. I haven't actually missed anything. Stuff I'm seeing on the news and on Facebook is pretty much the same stuff I was reading before I disconnected. But we are driven by this need to be constantly connected and this fear of missing out. But at what cost? At what cost to our health? We need that time out to recharge, to still our minds, and to reconnect with what's important, to reconnect with things like ourselves and living our lives, and gain that clarity and that stillness that enables us to work more sustainably going forward. There's a quote that I really like that says, "There's no Wi-Fi in the forest, but you'll get a better connection." And it's so true. You know, we are losing touch with nature, and how often do we find that a walk in the fresh air clears our heads, does us good? You know, we need to get out there, not just for the exercise, but for the mental clarity that brings as well. So I urge you to put down your devices, get outside, find some stillness, find some peace, and just spend time reconnecting with yourself. I think sometimes we have to disconnect to reconnect.